My name's Phoenix, and what brings me here today is putting up the Resistance and Eco Solutions exhibition at Shindig.
In a very real sense, it's an interactive exhibition, so you bring your own stuff, you can tell your own stories on MP3 recorders, and most importantly, you start archiving your material and adding it to the database. So we've got a massive archive of Resistance materials, and so that history isn't lost.
It's kind of a way of networking, getting out to lots more people, outreach, recruiting people for new eco projects or protests. Also we're showing people a bit of the kind of rich history or herstory of our movements kind of thing, and showing some of the roots, and from the road protests through to the kind of anti-war protests, climate camp, climate justice movement, through into kind of Occupy and anti-fracking.
We've also got a lot of contemporary material where people can get involved in campaigns, campaigns that are going on. So somebody who's never been involved in these kinds of actions might get inspired to do something like this, but they might not know who to contact or how to get involved.
That's part of what the Resistance exhibition shows, and the Eco Solutions exhibition is, through all those centres of years, people have been coming in and telling us about people, project, places, technology, skills, ideas, the solutions for the environment, but we're not focusing on them enough. So part of what we're doing with the Solutions exhibition and Solutions Zone TV is getting people focusing on the thousands of solutions that we should be putting more energy into.
Embedded in this exhibition, we've got a number of protests which were successful, completely successful. The roads protests from the 90s, for instance. In the 2/3 of the government's threatened road schemes were cancelled because it cost the companies doing it so much money to get people out of trees and tunnels and stuff like this, just made expanding roads unfeasible. And also, an intellectual argument was won, a political and intellectual argument, which is that building roads is a nonsense, because the road then 5 years later fills up, and you've got to build another road, and you've got to build another road, and the solution is something else. We're lucky to have some great photographers in this exhibition as well, David Hoffman being one of them. This is one of his famous pictures from the poll tax rise of 1988, or was it 89? I forget. We tried to put things in sections, but I think these historical ones are really interesting. This again is poll tax riot, and this up here is one of the iconic, one of the first road protests, Twyford Down.
The history, this feeling, you're seeing things from way back up to now, and it's this feeling of continuity, and that people don't stop, and hopefully we do get successes, and that's the thing to hang on to. You never know when you're going to make a success, but every now and again you do, and it's only by getting out and doing stuff that it ever happens at all in the first place.
So it is about outreach and creating new possible futures that people can see, and the festival's very good for that.
We're all part of a movement that believes in doing the outreach, reaching out to people, growing a bigger social change movement. And people are genuinely interested in, what's this thing here? It's a tripod. What do people use tripods for? Well, they get out very early in the morning and they block a road, or lock-on tubes. Is that the same that people are fixing in the ground? No, they're called sleeping dragons. This is a portable piece of equipment, but people turn up and block a road which might be going to an arms factory, a nuclear bomb factory, or whatever. It's a long learning curve, but it's really important we reach out and just show people these bits of kit. And people are genuinely interested. Can I put my arm in your lock-on tube? It makes a change, doesn't it? And yet it's really, really important. If somehow or another we're going to save this planet from climate change and all the other evil, destructive things being done by our leaders in our name, then we've got to learn how to work together, build a better society that's right for everybody and is on a livable planet.
At Clean Ocean Sailing, we take people out in little boats, and we go to basically do beach cleanups like loads of other organisations do, which is great, but what we do is a little bit different, is we take people out in little boats to places that you can't get to in any other way. So we've got a handful of canoes, a couple of little sailing boats, and we've got the Annette, which is a 66-foot, 110-year-old gaff schooner, and we use her as our mothership and our recycling centre. So when we go to like the Scillies, we anchor the big boat off the little islands, and we take the kids and the volunteers and whoever wants to come with us out in the little boats, and we go to otherwise inaccessible places to clean up this wonderful coastline that we have in the UK.
What drives you, what sparked you on 12 years ago to get involved and start a project like this?
Having children. I used to be a petrol head, and I used to build hot rods, for Christ's sake, and when I had kids it was just like, actually when I die I don't want this planet to be in a worse place worse condition than it was when I was born. So, and the way that I've lived my life in my teenage years and the way that my parents did, it wasn't intentional, but it's just through ignorance really. We didn't really know what we were doing. When you buy something, you've got to think about what you can do with it when you throw it away, because there is no throw it away. What does throw it away mean? Does it mean you're talking about landfill or incineration or in the sea? What are you talking about? Because you've got to think about the full circle. You've got to think about what it is that you've bought. Do you need it? What's it made of? What are you going to do with it? And if you haven't thought about that, then you haven't considered this beautiful planet that we all live on.